Okay. We're going to have deeper conversations here than with the people who claim to have super deep conversations. And I find that hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Why do I find that hilarious?
Well, it's ironic.
Yeah. That's exactly why. Okay.
Good quiz, though.
And then we'll flip on. I mean, it wasn't a quiz, but it turned out to be something. I was saying I think people who pretend to have depth are what people are used to, and then people who have real depth are what people aren't used to. So, as we've compared two different people, one who's here, one who's not. And I was saying, like, there's a lot of talk of, like, it's all the phrasing. The phrasing is confusing, right? Because they have a great way of making themselves seem like they understand the thing, but really they're only talking about it on a surface level, right? Okay, so my favorite one that he just did, he said, I feel like I was in a hyperbolic time chamber.
Oh, stop.
Right? He said, I'm waiting to go Super Saiyan, right? So it's 4 years here are the hyperbolic time chamber. Okay, do you know what the hyperbolic time chamber is?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, so do you know how time works in there?
Well, I know for sure that's when they train with no gravity or against like triple.
That's
gravity.
a zero gravity room.
Okay, I'm thinking about
but you
different
can do that in there too. Okay, the reason this is important is because 1 day in the hyperbolic time chamber is like 3 to 7 years. In regular space. So if you go in there for 1 day human time, you come out with wisdom or whatever, yourself in 3 to 7 years.
Got it.
Right? Okay. I could look up exactly what it is. The reason this is funny is because he said he spent 4 years here in the hyperbolic time chamber. Either he is completely misunderstanding the concept or he's calling himself a complete guru who has the age of like 500-year-old survived him. I'm gonna say I don't think it was that smart. I think it was just a mistake is how it was being said. But again, it could be either one.
I don't think it was a mistake. And I think that the hope is that most people won't exactly know what that means. And even if they do, they will perceive borderline knowledge with wisdom.
Ooh, that's it.
I don't think it was a mistake. I just think it was probably a misunderstanding.
No.
Right.
That's what I think it was. I don't think it was a mistake. It was just more so he don't fully understand the concept of that hyperbolic chamber. From what he just said, it doesn't make sense.
But if you're somebody who manipulates other people, is it a mistake? That's all I'm saying. Is like if you're trying to manipulate others, you're trying to fool people.
No,
you're not choosing that word by mistake
you're
at all.
You're definitely not wrong for what you're saying.
You're smart enough to understand that.
What I'm saying is how it works is you thinking that's what it is. That's how that works. Like if you really pay attention to it, okay. If I'm trying to confuse you and I'm someone who only tells half truths, then all I have to do is allude to the half truth, and you'll make me smarter.
You're going deeper.
That's what I'm saying. You'll make
Yeah.
me smarter than I am.
See, that part might be a mistake.
That's what I said.
That's what That's why it's a little deep though.
That's exactly.
Because he basically set the kind of a facade,
right,
basically.
Yeah.
Right, but he doesn't have to.
Okay.
There's nothing needed to be proven. If I have tell the truth. Now you have to assume the other part of the truth. And how do most of people assume, especially when it comes to human interaction? Courteously. Very courteously. Most people think I'm mean because I don't talk a lot. Right? But really I'm just a reserved guy. I watch, I observe a lot. I'm what's it called? Hyper aware?
Hypervigilant?
Hypervigilant, whatever. That word. I'm hyper vigilant, right? So and what that does is that makes me extremely aware of my surroundings. So small talk actually isn't part of my thing because I'm trying to watch and process so much, right? But if most people see me processing, my face is like just normal. They take that as stern or stoic, and then they turn it into right. I'm just in my head. I'm just walking through the thing. Yeah. All right. Cool. Yeah. We get where I'm at. We didn't even intro this, by the way.
Well, we didn't even start.
That's fair.
We definitely did. We just talking right now.
We're just here.
Yeah.
This
Cool.
is the preamble.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure we cover that type of
Just the
stuff
content before the
between us.
content.
Yes, between us, you got to understand the difference. And how women get fooled is assuming generously.
Yes.
100%.
I can attest to that
100. Yo,
situation.
I saw him. I was like, nah. Like immediately, no, I wouldn't. No.
So how would you recommend that women do that?
Get around it, assuming generously? I would say whatever they say, ask them to give you the definition. So if you can't, if someone doesn't understand,
That's
and you
funny.
talk to them, you'll know they don't understand because they can't explain it. They'll just keep doing the same thing.
Gotcha.
There's no close, right? So
See?
okay, go ahead. No, go.
I was gonna say this is like what people do to religious people is the same thing.
Yes,
because
100%.
your average religious person is just a person, and so the way that they're describing or justifying their faith, basically,
Yeah, it's called manipulation.
and it goes
Yes.
in a circle. But you could actually have a different type of conversation with somebody who has like the actual faith.
Well, here's an yes, and again, it does apply in both ways. I said being fooled. I just said there's a certain type of, let's say, masculine presence that likes to take advantage of that, right? So how you would work around it is, again, ask for explanation. If I say the universe is as vast as you imagine it to be, that sounds great, but what do you mean?
Right.
Right? What are you?
Right.
What
What
are
do
you
you imagine?
What are you thinking about?
Right.
Right? And then if he goes, well, it's just because it is what it is, then I think you have your answer as to if they understand or not. Right?
Got you.
All you have to do is close it and ask them to
So
close
asking
it.
that question is gonna let you know if we at surface level, if we deeper, basically.
And you don't even gotta be. You don't have to be super smart.
Yeah.
All you have to do is have the conversation.
Gotcha.
I think
Right.
that's true, though. Like, there's a lot of topics that we put into gender, like as society. Like, oh, women do this, men do that. But after definitely falling for some bullshit as a female dealing with men, be like, oh shit, now I see it. And my reaction is like, okay, no thanks for a while. But I think on the same level, like, women are just as capable of being manipulative.
Oh,
so like
100%.
you're asking like what should women do instead, but like what would you do? Like from the male side, like what would you do with women doing the same
I
thing?
literally
Same thing.
asked the question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you explain further?
Yeah.
Because I don't understand
about-
what you're saying.
Yeah, how about anyone who treats me as less than them without proof that I am less than them is probably full of shit, right?
Well, yeah.
And I'm not saying that to be rude to any specific person. I'm saying if a person can't explain, like, if you're by better, then you should be able to prove it, right? And I'm not asking you to prove it. You should just be able to prove it. If someone says that let's say someone says they're better with a kettlebell than me, I'm gonna go, okay. I'm gonna be like, what's your Instagram? Let me see your resume. Let me see what you've done that proves that you are better than me. Because maybe you're right. Maybe your movement is better than mine, but I got more reps. Maybe your form is immaculate, but I'm stronger, right? Like it could be anything that creates a conversation. What we're talking about is the people who cannot continue, who cannot move
Right.
forward. They stay in the same space, just in different ways, right? Okay, so that kills a lot, like a lot. It does. It only. I've never seen those people grow much of anything, unless assisted by people who don't do that, right? It usually takes someone who you have to complete a thing in order to move forward.
What do you mean by stay in the same space?
So
I know what you mean. I just
yeah.
want you to further elaborate.
In general, I would say if we had point A and B and you were stuck in the middle, you can go forward a little, but you will always come back to the middle. You can go backwards a little bit, but then you'll come back to the middle.
So that's no matter what type of environment you're around, you're gonna always find yourself back in that middle spot.
If you're someone who doesn't close loops, if you don't finish tasks, if you don't move forward, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You're refusing to grow. That's
Yeah.
a refusing to grow mentality.
Yeah, like
And
if you know what, we can use people, right? If you are a person who doesn't let's say you never take responsibility, right? Like everything is everybody else's fault. Well, if everything is everybody else's fault, then there's no way it could be yours, which means you never have to take responsibility for the things that you've done to other people, right? The reason that stops you from growing is because you will keep running into the same scenario as you have the same habits going into any space or staying in that same space. So the only thing that will keep happening is you will keep looping your pattern of bad behavior because you never take responsibility for your own. Then at that point, you might grow by proxy, by somebody around you making you do something new. But again, that's the only reason you're growing. It's not because you've changed. It's because the things around you are forcing you into a position of being in a better space. right? Again, that's still being stuck. Just someone else help push you up a level or two.
I've seen some examples of that.
Yeah.
So I
I
definitely.
think we all have.
I think that's what's. I think it's hard to be on the other side of that because you look for other people on the same wavelength as you, and you're not full of yourself. You're probably pretty humble, but finding that like stagnance in my life has been probably one of the saddest like things I've had to grieve. Like, because I'm not antisocial, but I don't keep a lot of people around me because of that stagnance. You're like, no, but I have to keep moving, and you're not, and that's sad. But I'm gonna keep going. Or you find someone you want to help, and you're like, I know what you need,
Right.
but they refuse to take it, and that's sad because you really just want to love people, help them grow, and that can end up being like a really lonely position instead
Yeah. I can.
for both, like for everybody, right? But that don't want to try just doesn't know that, I guess.
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't, like, in this space, we follow a lot of biblical principle, and people don't know that because I'm not shouting about biblical principles off the top of a rooftop. But if you watch me walk, if you watch me talk, if you watch me say certain things, like, I very much so follow what the rhetoric is that I believe in, right? I'm just not one of those people who has to do it and be religious about it. I actually just do it. And a lot of what that means is that I have a set of laws or rules for myself that I live to that make me a better person by enacting them out. I have found nothing in those rules that would make me a bad person,
Well,
right?
From what I've learned getting into the Bible, you don't gotta speak. Your action speaks for you. The way you live life speaks for you.
Yeah,
So
agreed.
that's the perfect way to do it.
The ironic, what I normally see with that is a lot of, because I'm not loud and because I don't require much to be there for people, I will see people think that means that I don't require anything. And unfortunately, welcome to what reciprocity will never look like. If I ask for very little and you don't give me anything, or you give me even less than very little, there's no way we're gonna be able to be in a good space with one another. And I think, again, a lot of the times when we had these conversations with people, we are quick to push our own selfish thing on the other person, which can lead to a lot of people misunderstanding what it's about. But overall, I'm telling you, if you're trying to, it's just about moving forward. Have something you can anchor yourself to. If you're not strong enough as a person, then follow something that helps you be stronger as a person. That's my whole thing. I didn't get into the Bible because I wanted to, fulfill the goal of my ancestors. I was like, I just don't have a set of rules I can follow that help me realize what a good person is because of the way I grew up and some of the stuff I saw. I was like, these can't be right because if I go somewhere and I choose to conduct myself this way, then people are looking at me like I'm an outlier. So I'm like, so what is going on? So I start looking up what it is to be a man. I had a good father around. My stepfather was really great. And again, even he had his gaps, problems, and things that he didn't have. So it made me look at what makes a man a man. And when I did that, I found rules that showed compassion, love, kindness, perseverance, loyalty to a fault is the type of things I saw about good men. And I found that ironic, right? Because again, if we don't want to assign things to gender, but unfortunately, that does matter in some degree. What matters more is, like, let's say, embodiment of energy, which is what kind of conversations I usually get into here, right? Masculinity and femininity, knowing which side you're on and playing the part of the thing does help. But too often, it's just not, people don't understand themselves well enough to know what they're even bringing up in those conversations. Again, that's that loop stuff. If you're just doing the same thing, if every place you go is toxic, it's not the spaces, it's you, right? But you gotta say it to yourself, don't you? The people who are saying that repeatedly, they're not growing because they refuse. And worse is the people around them don't challenge them to. That's why they choose them. You get what I'm saying? Okay, so all of that ties back, and it just doesn't make it a hard thing to do at all. It doesn't make it something that makes you have to be better. It's things that keep you okay in that damn loop. Imagine you lose one home, but you always got the home to go back to.
That made me think of some other. Yeah.
What?
I just think it's interesting to, like, when somebody is stuck, and it's really human, right? But when somebody is stuck and then they ask, like, they take the next step of, hey, I'm ready to level up. I see that you're leveled up. Can you help me? Here's how I think you could help me. And then, but living that out
Hard.
is
Change
hard work. Like,
Yeah.
healing sucks. Like, healing sucks. It feels terrible. You're exposed. You have to be vulnerable. You have to ask for help. You have to look stupid in front of people. You have to forgive yourself. You have to hope other people forgive you and see who those people are. There's so much work, and it's totally exhausting. And I think so many people, even if they get past, like, the stuckness, it's so hard to actually make it to the next level, like, more difficult than people realize, and which is why it's so unpopular to get there.
Growth in general.
Yeah, just really growing is uncomfortable. Most people turn the other way, even if they started to ask for it. And I think those to me are like the saddest ones, because you're like, man, you wanted better.
Right.
I could see the potential in you, and you couldn't keep the work up. Couldn't keep the work up. You didn't have the endurance or whatever. Like,
You don't see the end goal.
well, you didn't keep it in your sight.
From what I've seen, a lot of people, they look at the process rather than the actual reward of the process. And that's what make people quit.
Or they want it to be fast.
That too.
I
We
used
live
to
in a
want
microwave
everything to be
economy
fast.
society, I should say. Microwave society, everybody expect everything quick. And we got to start looking at the positive more than the negatives, because there's gonna be negatives. And negatives just lessons learned. Things that you can teach to your kids or people that need help with the same situation, rather than just quitting and giving up. You gotta set yourself up around people that's not gonna allow you to quit. That's what it is.
And
That's like
real
me. That's just like me
bonds.
being around here. There's plenty of times where I just like, I'm good. I gave up. And he hitting me up. He's not talking shit to me like, yo, where you been at? You fucking up. No, that's not the conversation we having. The
Right.
conversation we having is, I've been there. I know what that feels like. You can do this. You can get through this shit. I've done it before. I ain't no better than you. And I'm going to help you get through this. Just walk with me. You know what I'm saying? You're not
That's
by
it.
yourself.
That's right.
And people need that.
Yeah.
That's what I needed.
People need that. I
Actually,
needed
both
it.
of y'all on my
I
last
needed
couple
it.
years
Yeah,
did
I
that
needed
for me.
that.
That's fair. Yeah,
And,
I
that's why
like
I'm
to.
still here.
I'm telling you,
I'm still here.
when I opened this space, I was told to go out and do what God called us to do. For those who don't know, that means that you are to go out and preach the gospel. Most people hear the gospel and they think religious rhetoric, but the gospel is actually the things that help the world. They're rules and regulations that are supposed to be things that speak on the truth of this whole thing that we experience. And that's why our whole conversation started from people who like to speak very headily don't really understand what they're saying. And then people who don't speak about it headily at all are usually people with the very deep understandings, right? Someone who can make it plain, simple, and easy to understand usually understands it pretty intricately. But the trick of, let's say even the world, is to think that a person who can use flowery words has deep meaning and understanding.
Yep.
And I won't say that's never true. I'll just say in most cases, it's not true.
Yep.
Right? I'm just, and again, I could do both, right? That's something you can work on and develop as a gift. But if you're talking about growing, yeah, then you can't, if you don't understand it, you definitely can't teach someone else, right? That's just how it works. So to mislead someone with flowery words and rhetoric is to confuse what people actually need in their own journeys because of your dishonesty. And this is actually part of the reason why dishonest people can't remain around for long. Do you get what I mean? It's not bad that they can't, but also it's these dynamics are at play at all times between different people and different folks. So it's not that you can't fail. It's just that you need to fail forward.
Yeah.
Right? It's not that you can't make mistakes. You just need to make mistakes forward. If you go backwards, it's okay if you go backwards, as long as you go backwards and still go forwards. The biggest problem is the fact that most people don't move. They'll move a little bit back, right back to those same spaces, and that's that loop stuff. right? Maybe a little better every year, like little, very bit, like down, back, but
that's
also
real.
going up. And then they're like, well, I'm still growing, so it's fine. But if you live by something greater, then you could have the blessings you were supposed to have when you were insert whatever age, right? When I was 35 or 30, my blessings could have been different if I was locked into God's purpose and not playing that game. For me, that's a thing. Like, again, if you really believe that you have a manifest destiny, then you should also realize how much time you waste by not being the person who fulfills it. Again, it's a deep understanding thing,
Yeah, that's real.
right? But again, when I hear it talked about, it ain't talked about like that, right? And that's the thing I be trying to help people understand. You are wasting time if you're not being the best version of yourself. If you are in here, if you have come in these doors, you are here to receive something to make you the best version of yourself. I'm not here to replace, become an idol, any of those things for other people. I just want to be me, and hopefully, along with that, as I talk that thing that we do in here, which is help people and change the relationship with food and fitness, I hope along the line I find more people like you two, because the difference between, I think, a successful journey and a journey that stalls is truth in a way that people can receive. And I can definitely say that you two have your own unique way of giving that truth to people, and I have seen it work, and I see it continue to work. Right, I see you giving it in a way that's like me back in the day. I see you giving it in a way that completes what I am as a human being. And again, like a lot of people will be like, oh, he's rough. No, I'm just very logical and straight and to the point, and that might make me seem rough because we live in a world full of fluff, right? But M knows how to come at it in a different way that kind of goes with that, but she still brings it back to the truth, which is a beautiful thing. But it wasn't. This is why, again, we get into the masculinity and femininity talks, right? The masculinity is like, no, I'm supposed to tell you straight. It's why some of y'all come in here and feel very safe with me, because you know I'm a father, and you can see how I do care and stuff like that, right? But that also, because if you have a real father, he's not your friend, right? He's your protector, he's your provider, he loves you, he cares, but he's not your friend.
Right.
He's friendly with you because he's teaching you, but he's not your friend. Right? Because I know for a fact that being your friend stunts your growth.
Yep.
So I won't be your friend. As a friend, I can't tell you what to do when I need to tell you. Again, I can't be your friend. Right? Now, when you get older and you become a man and you experience some things, we can be friends.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
We can absolutely be friends. But before that, we're not friends.
I think people make that mistake all
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
Oh
time.
my God, that's
All
the
the
problem of this
time.
society right now.
Because it's harder not to be your kid's friend, but it's so much better for both of you.
You know what the real part is? Okay. So is it harder, or is it harder? Would be mine. Let me ask that
Because
question.
people struggle with boundaries and saying no and telling your kid, especially like say you want to play a video game with your kid,
Sure.
and then they do something and you got to give them a consequence. Now we're not playing video games, so now you can't play the video game.
Right.
You can't have the fun time you were going to have together, but you're still teaching a lesson. Like having those hard moments, I've seen so many parents struggle with that, like the not fun of being a parent.
I remember, we talked about this a while ago. I haven't talked about this with Garth, but we talked about short-term and long-term love, right? Okay, so the world in and of itself, I think, views love as a short-term thing. Everything they view and pay attention to is short-term. It's the feminine balance of things that I'm always talking about, right? Because women nurture, so you are thinking about what gives the child what you need, what they need, et cetera, et cetera. When masculinity is dictates, see, I'm looking into the future. I'm trying to groom you for the man you're trying to be.
It really
So,
is,
or young woman you're trying to be. Like,
Yeah.
for instance, I knew I needed to be my daughter's first love, and I worked really hard at that, right? It is not that the world didn't tell her she was pretty at that. I told her she was beautiful first.
You're supposed to.
I didn't waste time and not be there for my kid or make her doubt her confidence because she didn't know how to talk. I didn't accept jibber jabber, right? I was like, no, we need you to speak because speaking is life and this is who you are. I spoke words of affirmations and love into my children, and I'm watching them blossom from those things. So when I say the world doesn't know long term, if you're choosing for the moment, not thinking about where your child's supposed to be, that's short term. But if I'm choosing I'm getting the worst of it because of the reactions, and then I'm like, but I know it's going to make you a better person. Then good to go. I'm it's funny because I think about that all the time. I think about what it means to be a good man, not just a man. And I think a lot of the times people don't understand how much that costs you.
It
So
costs you a lot.
our men
Yeah.
aren't valued like they should be because of that, right? Men, not young boys, not boys, men. Men themselves have been protecting, taking care of, making space for, speaking intelligently, becoming more intelligent, becoming a more emotionally intelligent, spiritually intelligent, physically intelligent, because this world is going to war. And if you pay attention,
Spiritual,
you can
too.
prepare yourself. Oh yeah, yeah.
Spiritual.
You can prepare yourself by just literally disciplining yourself. You can't say you're ready to get out there and you're not prepared at all. All right? Why did we run yesterday? We promised we would. Right? That was it. Like that was it. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I need my super good shoes. I'm like, last season I hit my whole knee and busted myself up. So I go to the store and even they recommended some shoes that M got me for the hike I did last year, which was one of those big moments in my life too. And again, a lot of people don't take them like small risks. Like I ain't never climbed no mountain. You get what I'm saying? I just haven't. It's not something I've looked to do, wanted to do. I didn't see the benefit
Did
in
y'all
it.
walk or climb?
No. We climbed.
Then we ran down it.
Then we ran down.
So what I mean by climb is rock
yeah.
climbing, like Central
Yeah.
Rock with the
There was
with
some
the
of that in there
harness?
for sure. Yeah.
You know what
There
I'm
was
talking-
walking. Yes. There
So
was
you strapped
there
your
was
harness.
climbing. No harness.
There was the
Well, you
rope
still
on the
had to
one
climb.
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were definitely places where people went, and we went on one of the easier things because it was
Yeah.
my first one.
And we only had
okay.
so much time. We
Yeah.
had a
Yeah,
day.
because you saying no harness. I'm thinking about. I mean,
Yeah.
I look
You think a
down. Is
cliffhanger.
You gotta drive a little
It's
farther.
either,
Yeah,
it's
cliffhanger.
either hold
Yeah.
or die. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
thinking.
That's
That's rock climbing. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing that.
No, this was good. This
You're
was
climbing
like
on rocks.
Yeah.
Got you.
Not
Okay.
hanging from
Okay.
rocks.
trail running / climbing.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah,
I
it was
said,
good.
y'all crazy. Yeah.
Nah, hell nah, not for my first time.
I'm about
We're
to say-
supposed to be doing a harder one this year.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I've co-signed myself to this, but I want to. It's because one of my things I want to do is give it to my kids. Like, I want to be able to take them out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
I
I
think
love doing that.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
go hike, but all this mountains.
Yeah, with the
This-
kids in my life,
this
that shit is so
It was
fun.
beautiful, and there was a spot where like if
Trust
you
me,
didn't want to
I'll
go,
walk a mountain, but
no.
we get to
If
climbing.
there was a spot you didn't want to go up, there was other spaces where you could stop.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go all the
It's
way
not.
up.
I would want to go all the way up. Though.
It's not what you think. I think you might like it.
Got you.
Yeah, I want to say, and again, like, if we really pay attention to these things, man, we see what truth is. And again, it doesn't have to be complicated. It's actually pretty simple. The part that's hard is executing on it. So I think what we do here does that for people. I think it helps them bridge the gap and honestly cuts through the noise. A lot of the times, it's not that the answer isn't in front of them. It's just they've heard 20 other ones. I have ladies that I was listening or watching in a group, and all of them got bad knees, and they're told knee replacements, knee surgeries, everything else. And I'm like, some of these ladies are in their 30s. There's no reason except for misuse of the body to be bone on bone at that age. Misuse. Do you get what I'm saying? You're just gnashing on the cartilage in your knee until there's none left. That's what bone on bone is.
Yeah.
Your movement is just literally scraping away at the cartilage until there's none. Like, that's just crazy. To live like that is crazy.
I think that's me right now.
That's
Yeah,
what my cousin
that's-
has going on. They're how old? Like 20.
Yeah, it's a common
30?
occurrence. It's a common occurrence, and I've said it 100 different times. First of all, y'all have watched me help people heal. So you've watched
me.
me.
You
help
helped me
people
too?
get better.
Yeah,
That's-
who are you
that's what
talking
I'm
I ain't
saying.
had to watch it. I went through it.
Literally came in here all fucked up.
I
yeah.
mean, and again,
Tore the
like
fuck up.
we've seen
Yeah.
people get injured in here and come back better. We've seen people. We've got a guy right now who comes to mind, Matt. Matt comes to mind for me because Matt is showing perseverance on levels that I don't think most people even think about.
He
Yeah.
even said it to me though. He was like, when I'm at physical, well, he go to physical therapy, right?
Yeah.
He said they be impressed with the shit I'm doing. He's like, how the hell you doing that? He's like, shit, Lyndon. That's literally was his response. Like, Lyndon, man, they trying to figure out how am I progressing so much because I'm way ahead where I should be at and stuff
Oh,
like
nice.
that. And he was like, man, Lyndon got me doing stuff that they said I shouldn't be doing.
Yeah, that's actually I will say I have two mentors in the game, and one of those mentors is my mentor, which makes him my mentor as well. There's a guy named Mr. Gallagher, Marty Gallagher, okay, and he is one of the leading strength, basically specialists in the world at one point. Very good at what he does, but he's not the guy who I learned from directly. I learned from somebody named Darius. Okay, Darius showed me during COVID that the kettlebell could be something completely different. I'd done calisthenics, I'd done different things, and I had found very quickly that it had its limits, right? And I don't say that lightly. The guys I meet in the calisthenics world, especially if you're serious about it, are very strong. But what I found even more than being like, let's say, able to lift their body weight and do exercise is there was lacking in their lower body strength and how that hurt their everyday lives. So meeting Darius, everybody moves well. And I was like, well, that's something different. So I got physical therapists on one side, and I've got sports jockeys on the other side who have had 3 knee replacements, and everyone's moving the same. It made me wonder. So I started looking stuff up, and I started learning. And long story short, I learned what my mentor had to teach me. I brought that back here. So London just put up a video, which maybe I'll share today, about how we helped her after her knee replacement get back on her feet. They told her she would never play again. She plays. She plays, and she plays well. Top stat giver in women's football, right? So that tells you something that we do here is magic. I had a client with no ACL tear their meniscus and still be able to walk. That junk is insane. That's definitely some your pain tolerance, but again, the leg being well trained enough to where it can support itself outside of 2 vital parts of the knee.
Yeah.
Vital.
Yeah, that's
Do
crazy.
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I didn't ask for let me get the knee injuries because they're good. That's not what I asked. But what we do here really does help people heal. We get back pain, knee pain. We have reduced almost to nothing and eliminated it in so many people.
Yeah, I went from having back pain to my back just being sore.
And that's important.
I really used to have back pain all the time. You know, when I first came in doing the swings and stuff, blow my back out. I've seen it a few times. Now I'm just walking bent over. I can't tell you the last time that happened to me.
Yeah.
I was really trying to sit here and think about it. I can't tell you because my back got stronger. Just
Yeah.
what we do here, man. I tell them functional training is everything.
Yeah. If
It's
you get a
everything,
real
man.
functional training space,
Real, it's
good
everything.
money. Yes.
And I see all the women that's been here for a certain amount of
ladies are
time.
strong.
They getting stronger.
Half a year.
Everybody's trimming down.
Half a year. Half a year. If you're here for 30 days, you damn near feel like you doubled in strength. If you're an average person coming off the street,
Yeah.
30 days will make you feel like you
100%.
jumped.
That's
right?
the most fun with, we got a bunch of new clients right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And seeing them,
Jump.
especially if you don't
That's
train
the
them
best
one day,
feeling.
see them with
Yeah.
you, you're like, oh wow, okay.
Right. Like Dan. Dan, shout out to Dan Karan, man. He's a
He a
dope
beast.
dude. He is.
I like Dan.
Yeah, he works hard.
Shows up,
Super
works hard.
Super hard.
Yeah, gets it in a little bit and then goes home. Ideal stuff. Right?
Firefighter, man.
Yeah, running an entire training department has 2 people under him making the program. Dope
And you
individual.
say you do help with jiu-jitsu too, right?
Yeah, he teaches.
Yep.
He teaches.
Mhm.
He don't
Yep.
help. He
Yeah,
teaches.
My man's an animal, man.
And this individual, when they came here, I think I was like, I got to show him that it's applicable strength. I think that stuff freaks people out, but also they're like, definitely something here. I want to see what's here. So I was like, Dan, do it like this. Dan, do it like this. He wasn't paying attention. I said, okay. Dan, look over. This is why you do it like this. And then I flipped the kettlebell and grabbed it. He was like, how much was that? I said, 100 pounds. He was like, got it. That's all it took. From that day on it. Locked in. So for me, that's probably the most fun part. The fun part is helping people solve it.
Right.
Fair? And watching them do it.
Yeah.
That's
Think
my
about
favorite
it.
part.
You flip a 100-pound bell, you catching it in motion, and it's not messing up your momentum
Not at
in
all.
the motion.
My back don't hurt.
Yeah, I forgot who I was showing it. I'm like, just think of it. This is 100 pounds. He flipped it and just
Like grabbing it.
caught it like it's 20 pounds.
Yeah.
That's not easy. That's not easy. That's some very impressive.
I would never say that's easy.
Very impressive.
But I would say what we do here makes it so I'm not the only one. Right? It's not I'm amazing. It's
Right.
that what we do is incredible. Right? So I like to make sure I point that out because a lot of people will think like, well, it's him. Like I'm like, nah. Most of my guys can do that. Sean can do that. Sean is 140 something pounds.
Yep.
Sean is not a big dude, and he can swing 100. That is 3/4 his body weight. He can swing in front of him, catch and re-swing. So again, system. All right. I want to say for the most part, my biggest thing is that we make sure that we talk about these things that happen in house. I want people to see how strong of a team we are, because I think a lot of people will even see small moments between us and then make sure, or will write their own narratives. So here we are together, showing you that we are good to go, and that we are here to help everyone that we are helping. Versus, like, I don't like corner conversations. We've talked about this a million times. I don't like conversations where we're trying to guess or surmise what's going on in someone's life. This is a brave space. You can ask any question, but they can also respond however they like as well. And again, that's something that I make sure I talk about, right? Obviously, we want to stay away from violence, but at the same time, all questions are welcome as well as all answers are respected. I don't got to like it, but they're respected.
Yep, I agree.
Nothing to say?
I have.
I'm just kidding.
I have things to say, but
shoot,
we've been here for a while.
We have been here for a while.
Definitely.
This is a long one. This is a long one.
It's a long
Back
one.
to the longer format, I guess.
With no start or end.
Yo, we started
It'll
talking.
end when the battery dies.
We started talking, and that's it.
Hey, you said it was going to be deeper. You did say that.
I want them to be deeper, and and again, we're gonna cut down the topics because we know some people like the short ones too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But stuff like
Well,
this,
you could just
It's like a
take
whole
sections
TV
of
show.
it and make it.
That's the whole TV show.
could do that too.
All right, so yeah. Did you want me to say?
I don't want you to say anything.
Okay, cool.
Did you want to speak on something? Is that what you think I was about to say?
Yeah.
Oh no. Like I said, I think the thing that matters the most is that people know we're a team. And if I was to speak on anything, it would just be on humanity. Like, yo, you make mistakes because you're a person. Like, not that, like, yo,
I
man,
could
when you
definitely
did this.
speak on that shit.
That's what the walk is all about, being inimitable.
I think,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah. I mean, y'all seen me the last 2 years. Like I said, Garth, like, Lyndon's obviously been a huge part of my growth, but so have you. I remember sitting in here lots of days with both you and, like, some of the things you spoke on, gratitude, positivity, like, that actually meant a ton to my journey. So, like, we've been here. But I was saying to Lyndon earlier, it's just like, sometimes I'll be like, man, I feel like I'm always fucking up. But also, I came here to heal too. Like, I came as a client. I did not have my shit together. I don't have my shit together. But I do have some things together. And so what you'll get with me is a person who's healing, who's not perfect, but also is honest. Like, I'm at least being authentic to who I am. Yeah. I think that's actually why I sometimes will get into conflict with people. Like, if we both have a strong personality or we're both trying to figure out how to communicate, because I don't like confrontation, but I'm not afraid to face it and then be accountable for my part in that thing. And that's what helps me heal. And it's not cute. It feels terrible. I don't like feeling embarrassing somebody else, hurting somebody's feelings. Like, I'm not here to do that, but it is going to happen because I'm human. And I do feel bad about that about myself, but I also feel kind of good about it, that at least I'm able to, that's who I am. You're seeing me, I'm vulnerable, and I'm a human being. I'm not like...
But the best part right now is that you're aware.
Yeah.
It's because a lot of people are not aware. The fact that you're aware and you see stuff like that's like with me, I'm the same way. Situations that happen, I am embarrassed, but now I have something to reflect on.
Yeah.
I have a floor now. I mean, we're not going back down there. Now I see myself about to respond the same way I was when I was on that floor. So now I'm be conscious about it, and now I'm not going to do that. I'm going to respond a different way. Yeah. That's what this journey is about. I'm on the same journey.
It's like you start falling down the stairs, you're like, I'm not hitting that landing this time.
We're not doing that again.
And then you start thinking about it different than the last time, like you found yourself in that place, and now your new perspective, your new wisdom is helping you use that as a jump off point,
100%.
even though it's not fun. But
Yep.
it's still like, shit, I really
real,
got to
though.
check that. Now I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it in a different way because I have my full
Yep.
self and I'm growing and I'm committed to that. So now how am I going to work that out? And I think that's what makes deep bonds. People that stay with you through that, talk to you about it,
Agreed.
That's real.
allow you to be weak but
Yeah,
know you're
that's
still
real.
strong. Like
Agreed.
those are,
Calls out the best in you during those times.
Yeah, they
like,
call- calling you
what
up.
that sounds
Yeah.
like? It sounds like marriage.
I think it sounds like
Because that's what marriage is.
camaraderie for real.
Yeah.
any real relationship.
Like,
Like that's what kind of friends I want to
Yeah.
have. Like marriage, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
also my
that
friendships.
sounds like a great marriage.
Yeah,
when
100%.
that happens.
Yeah.
It does. That
Yeah.
does sound like
That
a great
sounds
marriage.
great.
But really,
Sign me up
That's
for
what
that
the
shit.
biblical marriage. That's what it got it in the Bible.
yeah, like if I get relationships like that, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
It's
again,
magical. It's like, oh my
Yeah.
God, you see me.
And
I
that's
see
why I
you.
respect this relationship that we have, because like I said, when I was going through my moments, you even told me like, yo, we miss you in the space. Yo, the energy is
Oh,
not
yeah?
the same.
Yeah, you reached
You
out.
said that to me.
Absolutely.
And I came to you.
I was trying to bug you.
And I came to Lyndon like, yo, I ain't like, yo. She said this to me. He was like, cause that's how we feel.
Yes.
He was like, that's real. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
that made me feel better. Like, oh shit. Like, okay, people do love me.
right.
Yes.
You know, somebody do care about me. They want me around. And, you know, that made me come back. Like, don't get me wrong, I was going to come back regardless.
Right.
But it made me want to
Yeah.
come back
Quicker,
even more.
easier.
And maybe with
And
a
now when I
different
come
purpose.
back, now I'm locked in now.
Yeah.
Okay, now I can give my energy to y'all, and I understand that y'all going to reciprocate in the same way.
What's so funny is watching
Mm-hmm.
people grow here and give away the best version of themselves in a real way, and you watch how that helps others. Like, you know, my favorite clients are long-standing clients, and it's not because they're long-standing. It's because of watching them grow.
Yep.
Like that's what it's been. Like watching them grow has been a privilege. I would say watching Garth grow, obviously, because we talk about it all the time. But like in the community, special to me are those people who just keep doing the work. Christina's very, very one of those people for me.
Definitely for me too.
And again, it's I can even say more recently, I can say it's been Chelsea as well. Since I want to say November, maybe since November, she has shown up for herself in a way that you can tell it's costing her something on some days, and she still does it. And that to me is like that's why our relationship actually got better, got deeper, because I was like, huh, you actually do show up. She was like, yeah, like you know. And again, it's I like to say we love the person they are, but we also love and call out who they're going to be, right? Like you give me a goal, I'm gonna walk with you. Like whatever that goal means, and I think that's coaching in and of itself in so many different ways. Again, the hardest part, going back to the lube conversation, is when a person's not honest with you there,
Yeah.
right? If you're not telling me what's really standing in the way, if you're hiding what you're eating because you think that it's making your log look better, but you're not losing weight, you're stalling your journey.
Yeah.
Eventually, you would blame me because what I'm saying doesn't work, but it really has to do with the food you're not telling me, right?
That's yeah.
Yeah, and
that
that's
accountability thing
yeah,
is
absolutely. That's all we do here.
it's a kicker.
And-
Well, that's what I'm
I-
saying about the other thing too. Yeah.
I
Go
was just
ahead.
thinking in my head, like, that's why I love this place, because how you move rubs off on everybody else. You know, you hold us accountable, now we got to hold you accountable.
Right.
They see that. Remember Christina, that one day she was complaining about a newbie in here complaining about the workout, and she's like, yo, just put in that work, shut up and work. What you come here for if you about to complain about everything you asked to do?
Yeah.
She holding her accountable.
It's a space of
Who told her to do that?
Yeah.
Nobody. That's just the standard that he set in this place.
Right. And you know, how do you have a conversation with a lie? Like that's that accountability piece too. Is like you you talked about lying on your food log, but like what else? You walking around selling that isn't serving you. It's
That's
not
deep.
serving the people around you. And
That's
now
deep.
like that's kind of what I was thinking in relation to. I was like, shit, I'm messy sometimes. Like
I know I am.
I'm messy,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
I'm
facts.
accountable.
Yeah.
If I wasn't messy, I could keep myself. I did. That was my previous relationship. I just kept whatever I thought I was supposed to be. It killed myself off, but it was palatable. But I wasn't living a truthful life. So now to have my whole self and be authentic, and oops, sometimes while I'm healing, I make a mess, I'm gonna get the broom out and the mop out and whatever the fuck I need to get out to move forward. But like, how you can't have no conversation with a lie.
Can't have conflict if you're not honest either. Like it's very interesting. You can't do much that helps a person grow if you're not honest, right? You can try, like even me saying let's say